Hey guys, I'm back and I'm back with no plan and no specific strategy or stretches, just doing whatever feels good to me right now in this moment. I took a break because I realized I was stressing myself out with something I actually like to do because I was starting to film what I do. So I was just like, you know what? Let me come back, just neutral, clean slate, and back to what I was doing, which is just free form stretching. I have been stretching on and off for years, but was never consistent with anything because I have so many hobbies and interests. So when I started stretching, I wasn't doing anything, that seemed professional or became professional or started instructing. So when I started instructing my videos, I was like, this doesn't feel right and it's just not working for me because it's not me. And I am just experimenting with my art, which is just creating. I always tend to go back to making content like videos or ads when I had my own small business venture I thought I was going to go on for years. And I just keep coming back to creating, like consuming art like this. So I'm like, let me just do it my way. It doesn't have to be what I saw online already, which was, people instructing their yoga tutorials and stuff like that. I just like to do yoga. I'm not professional. I'm not super bendy, as you can tell. So I felt like I was just trying to fake it till I made it, and I don't really know what made it is. So let me just go back to doing what I want to do. Taking a break from anything is just so healthy because I didn't make it big with what I was doing. Obviously, I just started. I wasn't intending to, but I put so much pressure on myself to do everything perfect whenever I start something, which I'm sure a lot of people do, but it spills over into your art. Whatever you're creating starts to seem ingenuine. To me, at least it did. So then I stopped and I was like, well, the only reason why I'm stopping is because I don't like what I'm doing, but I don't like what I'm doing because this wasn't what I was doing originally anyway. I just started to do it in a weird way because I was starting to record myself. Even the way I was doing my audio and the music I was putting over it, I didn't really like it. So I was like, why am I doing it still? I don't need to. So today I'm super tight because I skipped a lot of days not stretching. One, because I started recording myself stretching and that put pressure on myself. And two, because it's summer and I have all these trips planned and I was just on a trip for 4th of July. I hope you guys had a good 4th of July if you celebrated. Mine was really good. I saw some fireworks on the beach, but I was doing a lot of walking, biking, swimming. So I feel like all that exercise made my body extra tight. But I stretched for an hour before I even started recording. So I was pretty opened up by then. And I was entering just like a flow state of just moving in whatever movements my body just took me to. So I was like, you know what? I can actually capture this moment this time because I'm feeling more genuine. So I recorded halfway through. I realized too that I might be pushing myself too hard because I was feeling a little bit guilty about skipping days, but not hard enough to a point where it hurt. I was just really pushing myself. So I was doing it slowly because I was at it for an hour. I didn't bust everything out in 18 minutes. But yeah, I feel a little proud of myself. I pushed through because I was trying to make up for lost time. I was wearing something completely different when I started stretching today too, but I changed because I don't know, I was just feeling a vibe that I wanted to admit. Like I felt really extra pretty today because I was, tuning into myself. I just felt more like myself, so I started to dress like myself and I got comfortable, dressing like this on camera. Um, and I'm starting to try to feel comfortable dressing how I want to dress, on the daily basis at work and outside of work and all these other things, and try to start making time to do my makeup because I love doing my makeup. So I don't know. Those are just the little thoughts I had throughout today. And I want to know if you guys also just free from stretch or if you have a plan or a strategy and a goal even, because I realized I actually don't have a goal. I just like stretching. So when I started to make goals and plans, it kind of actually derailed my plans to have this moment to be mindful and present. So I felt amazing today. I was listening to, if you guys know the Marias, I was listening to their music because their music, it also just gives me into like this flow state type of thing. Um, and then I was listening to frequencies after. But yeah, let me know how you like to do your yoga and if you even do yoga or you're just watching me just to watch me for the vibes. This stretch was my favorite stretch out of all of them that I just made up on the fly. I know it's not like a new stretch, but something I never did before that just came to me because I was feeling tight in these places that I just ended up reaching, just doing a pose to reach it. And I feel like that's the beauty of yoga, is that like you have these examples of what you can do, but when you just do it on the fly, like just move your body, you just end up being in the most craziest positions you've never been in. I'm thinking one day in the future I would rather do live audio because it's not the same when I'm already out the headspace and talking and doing my voiceover. I did one no voiceover video, but I don't know how I feel about that either. I'm still experimenting. I like both. I like audio and no audio. I'm just hoping one day I can do live audio, but my surroundings are too loud, which is why I have my noise cancellation headphones on. So right here, my hair snatched out my nose piercing. I think I need to change the gauge size on that. But if this video feels more chaotic than it did before, listen, I'm just showing up as I am, okay? You have to show up to yoga as you are too, because, sometimes your body can't bend and open up and expand as much as it did the other day. Life gets in the way, life happens, and I just hope it resonates with some people and helps at least one person not to put so much pressure on themselves. I started doing the most basically. Um, I had a stretch in my head that felt good to my back, or that I thought would feel good to my back, but it didn't execute well, and I was thinking I would cut it out and just skip to my ending pose, but I was like, you know what? Let me just keep it in because this is real life, okay? I don't know. Maybe one day I could reach that pose, but I realized if I try to keep hitting whatever this is, I was gonna hurt myself. So I was like, okay, let me just do it halfway. I had some stiffness in my lower back, so I just ended up stretching it halfway to the pose that I wanted to do, and that worked just as good. So be careful because that actually hurt a little bit instead of healing my back. So this is how I ended my session. This pose was super comfortable. Never hit it before. It just came to me. Let me know if you enjoyed this. You can give it a like or a comment, and comment if you also do freestyle yoga or if you have a plan or structure and a goal. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.